How are you all doing today? Welcome to Challenges and Solutions. I am your host, Ajike Oyibo. As usual, I have a very important topic today to discuss with you. The title of today's topic is for everybody that is using social media. It's titled The Dangers of Social Media. As good and useful as social media, it can also be dangerous and harmful to our family. Social media is gradually replacing the vacuum between our close family and friends. Many people rather spend time online chatting with friends instead of talking with their family. Children don't want to talk to their parents anymore. They prefer talking with their friends online. They prefer chatting. If they want to ask you a question, you don't have the right answer for them as quick as they want it, they will go on Google. They don't even want to hear the voice of God anymore. The only voice that matters to them is what is happening on Google, what is Facebook saying, and what is other media channels saying. What are the dangers of this? How can this affect our family negatively? We are going to talk about it today. But before we start, I'm going to go on a very short break now. When I come back, I will be introducing my guest to you. I have in the studio wonderful guests, not just anyhow guests. Those are important. They know how to manage social media. She's a vlogger. She's been into media for a very long time. You are going to meet her. She's been on this show before, but she has a lot of talent, so I will keep bringing her. And also, I have a very good friend in the studio who cares so much about children. He has always been telling me that he doesn't want children to use phone. We are going to ask him how he intends to stop children from using phone. When I come back, you'll watch our video, you'll meet this wonderful guest, and after that, we'll continue with the solution. Don't go away. Thank you. Welcome back, viewers. Like I have said before we went on that break, that I have two guests in the studio that will be helping us to answer our question for today. You have watched the video. You have seen the concentration the family are concentrating on phone. They are not talking to each other, and we want to know the dangers such situation can impose on families. So before we proceed, I want you to meet my guest. I have here in the studio Mrs. Blessing Njo Ejim. She also runs a media and event outlet and YouTube vlogger, apart from being an engineer. She's very industrious. So I will always have her on this show, like I told you earlier.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Is there anything you want to tell our viewers before we proceed?
About social media?
Yeah, or about yourself?
Oh, about myself. Oh, you actually said it all. My name is Blessing Njo Ejim, Mrs. I am an engineer by profession. I do YouTube vlogging. I'm the national director of Miss Globe Netherlands, an award winner, and I also run my own company in events management and media outlets. So that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you very much. And I also have in the studio with me my very wonderful friend, my neighbor. He's been very helpful and supportive. His name is Mitchell. He's a sports instructor and he has special interest in media and family. When he heard about this topic, he was so glad. He said he has something to say about it, and he's going to give us some useful advice today on how we can deal with the dangers social media is imposing on our family. Welcome on this show, Michel.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very glad to talk about social media, but also about family life, and also about sport and other things in life that is important. And a computer and social media is a wonderful medium, but it's also have its dark side.
Yes, thank you so much, Michel. Thank you, and welcome on this show.
Thank you.
So I have some questions I want to be asking both of you, and after this question, you will help us with the answers, and after that, you will advise our viewers. Any advice you have for them on how to manage themselves, their time, and how to use media. So, without wasting much time, I would like us to go on to the question now. You have watched our video, you see what was happening in the video. So I want to ask you, in view of what you have seen, what are the negative effects you think that situation can have on families?
Well, the situation we just saw now is called isolation. Everyone is in a world of their own. They are in the social media world. It's like a world within the real life world, and there is no real life communication. They are not interacting with each other as a family as you would expect, how we grew up. So it's quite sad that the mother, the father, and the daughter, they are all in their own space. And the danger of that scenario that you have there, whereby everybody is isolated and doing their own thing in their own world, is the fact that they would not be able to share things with one another. If someone is going through something, the other person would not know, because what it will result into is that they will start finding validation online. When they have a problem, they will go online to find validation, to get likes. They are focused more on the likes they get than on, you know, the person sitting next to them. And that is why you see in some families, someone commits suicide and the husband or the wife will be like, oh, I didn't see it coming. I wonder why my husband or my wife did that. It's because there was never interaction. No communication. So they didn't really know what the other person was going through. So that is the danger of such an isolated situation.
Thank you so much. Even me, I was thinking about it, that these people, they are not communicating, and when there is no communication, there is no relationship.
Yes.
And when there is no relationship, there is no family. So, Misha, what do you think? Some of the dangers.
The most dangerous thing is, like I said before, is they have good things about it, but also is dark side of it. Secret things, second phone, hiding things. But also, let me give you an example. I was last week with a friend in a restaurant, and I saw a family, man, women, and I think it was a daughter. They was not enjoying their meal, but they were more busy with their phone, to checking and showing. Oh, look! How this looks. Oh, look! I got this. instead of to communicate personal to personal. And when you talk personal, you hear on the voice your emotion, your stress, your frustration.
Yeah.
And on the phone you can text on everything, messaging. You can, hi, how are you doing? Hi, I'm fine, with a smile, and then you get a smiley back, and there is no emotion. And the most important thing is that when you talk person to talk, person to talk, person to talk, person, you feel the emotion in the voice.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. What's missing with social media, it's from a distance,
Yes.
and that's the reason.
There is no connection.
No, but that's the
Between
reason
them,
easy
there
with
is-
WhatsApp. You can text. I did it myself too yesterday too with friends. Hi. To hi. Hello. How you doing?
That's all.
That's all. To have
doesn't-
to have contact, but when I really want contact, I say hello. Let's have a meet and greet. Let's have lunch. Let's meet.
But
each
even
other.
during the lunch, they will still be talking on the phone with someone
No,
else.
yeah, but
the
the
connection is not there.
The
It
person
is
to person,
dangerous.
when you sit like you and me now, we feel emotion.
Yeah.
We feel
Yeah.
Connection.
connection, and that's dangerous with the social media.
Yeah.
Is there is no emotional connection.
And also there could be misinterpretation when you're always writing to someone. They
Yeah,
might
there is always misinterpretation because there are so many things in our heart we want to express that we can't actually write.
yes.
It's-
We will look for some abbreviation, some way
Yes.
to push
Yeah,
it.
but the smile is it's like this, or any smile is so easy, but it doesn't show you real emotion.
Yes.
It's easy to say when. Let me give another example. Sometimes people say, "Hello, how you doing?" Most people say, "I'm good," but when you say, "I'm not good," you
They
have
might
time.
not really be good within them.
No, but when you say, "I'm not good, I'm not feeling good," you have time for me. They shocked. They really think, "Oh my God, do you really have time for me to sit down 5 minutes? I don't feel good." And then people, they shocked and they say, "Oh God, it's really mean that you say how you doing." And 99% of people say, "I'm okay." But when you say, "I'm not okay, you have time for me." And that's what I try to say is the meaning of saying how you feel. Is it real or is fake? And that's sometimes it's
So, in a nutshell, what you're trying to say is that it's dangerous because there is no connection. The people are not communicating well, and also they are not able to know what is in each other's hearts when they are communicating on phones
Yeah.
with other people.
Right.
So our advice right now is that we should come together. We should talk more instead of talking on phone with unknown people. Families should bond.
Yes.
Right, thank you so much. And I will go to our next question. It says, how can we minimize the use of social media? How can we reduce it? Because so many people are attached, they are addicted to these things. How do we minimize it?
Social media is actually now part of our lives.
Okay.
We can hardly do without it.
Yes.
We can reduce it by structuring ourselves. If we realize that we are spending so much time on social media, we should start giving ourselves that wake-up check, like, okay, after an hour, I go offline. You know, so self-discipline is very important, but you have to realize it first. Because if you do
We're
not...
going to set alarm because sometimes
Yes.
you will say after an hour, you won't even know it is
Yes.
2 hours.
Sometimes it's necessary
Still, it's
that
demonic.
you go as far as that, to set an alarm and tell yourself, because what is it profiting you to start with? Especially when you're just there for validation, when you're there for likes, when you're there for follows. So you ask yourself, what am I really benefiting from this? So you start structuring yourself. Let me invest more time in what is more profitable to my life, what adds value to me than spending so much time on social media. So discipline, self-discipline is important. That is one way to reduce it.
Thank you so much. And what you can add personal experience?
I
What way,
agree, but
what way are you minimizing it?
yeah, I agree with it, but that's the problem with the human brain, like alcohol, like drugs, like sex, like be unfaithful. That the self-control is difficult to control yourself, and that's the hard thing in human life, to have discipline. And social media is one of the things. And like I say, I'm doing sport, and when I'm stressed, I'm doing my sport, doing my things, and like I say before, I don't have an internet bundle. I don't have 24/7 internet.
So we should not have internet bundle on our phones to help us to be usually connected.
No, but I will try to say is that I try to protect myself to be online 24/7.
It's true, you are right.
And the human brain is addicted to the pleasures that the God give us, but it also give us the problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned before, the God give us the pleasures, but also the dangerous side. And that's the human brain is sometimes
I'm
not.
happy you are talking about God today. That God has visited you. You don't like God before. When I talk about God, you run away. Ha.
I know.
What is changing?
No, but it's not changing
My
me.
prayer is working.
Yeah, but
But it's
My prayer for me is working. Let's click on this topic.
It's actually
You have been talking about God for the past.
yeah. Michelle,
I love
that,
that.
you mentioned addiction. A lot of people do not know that you can get addicted to social media.
Yes.
There are people, and I am actually guilty of that you'd wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is
To
pick
carry
up
your phone. It's
5
true.
a.m., 6 a.m., you have to work. I would have to go to work. I'll wake up and the first thing is my phone. And it was so bad that I woke up one day and told myself, this is not the way to go. So what did I do? I told myself I would not go online the whole day, only when I'm on break. So when I have my break at work, I'll go online for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then till I get home, I'm not going online. And when I get home, the first thing I'm not doing is take my phone. I would go get everything done, everything prepared, and the phone will be the last thing.
So that is your own way of
yes,
minimizing it.
sure.
Viewers,
So
hope you have heard her. We should have self-control. They said self-control is the only way to do it. We know that there are a lot of positive things. We'll talk about the positive aspect later. We first of all want to deal with the negative part of it before we enter the positive parts. We are not trying to kill the business or social media. We're just helping you people. One and all vessel. At what age is it advisable for children to use social media?
I think it's one of the things. The first thing you have to do is give you the good example to not using the social media and say your kids it's not allowed while you're using at the same time your phone to messaging. I understand that sometimes you need it for work. Lucky I don't need it. Some jobs you need it to do it, but to try to give the good example to put your phone away, put it in a basket, go in the garden and show you the good example as a parent and show your parents and to the kids that social media is not the big issue in life. The big issue in life is enjoy the nature, do sports, to be communicate to each other.
Not always on phone.
And not always on phone.
In a nutshell, right now, if you what age will you hand over a phone to your child and allow your child to be connected to the world?
That's a big
age?
issue because I see as a sport instructor that when you, as your mother or your father of a kid, you always want to know to be in contact with your kid. But you also have to give the responsibility to your kids that can it's not be contact on a phone, but be contact as personal or with a friend or a mother who take care of your children, or watch over your children, or the school teacher, and not calling them, hello, where are you, what you doing, you're okay, you're arrived, okay. So as a parent, you also need to give the responsibility to the kids that they can handle things and not worry to give them a phone, to call them, and when they went to school, hello, you arrived okay at school, you fine, what time you're home. So you have to give
all these things should be discussed at home. So no, parents should not always be in connection with their children at home. I understand.
We should be practical here, because you
Yeah.
asked specifically at what age.
At what age?
I think 18. I don't think a child below 18 has any business on social media doing. It doesn't profit them. No, I'm serious here. What profit does it, what benefit does it have for you as a child? You should spend more time
Your studies.
on your studies. Spend more time on real life relationships, on real life interactions. Social media is not where you should be when you're under 18. And also parents handing these gadgets to their kids.
It's
I mean,
dangerous.
it's good that you want to stay connected to your kids. Give them a basic phone,
Yeah.
a Nokia.
That is
So
what
that,
I will say.
yes, so that they can at least communicate in terms of needs.
But
and, you
other
know.
way,
To me personally,
Yeah.
I would not hand over gadget phone
Yeah.
to my child. I will make sure that if that child doesn't need that phone,
No.
he or
but
she will not
if you
get
can
it.
interrupt,
I can give you a phone. If I'm giving you a phone, the phone will be without internet.
Exactly.
What are you connecting for? And
Yeah,
I don't
but
want to
the
see that child on
children- no, but-
Facebook. I don't want to see
if
that
you
child on any social
on
media.
Instagram. If you need
On Instagram.
internet, there will be internet in the house. You can do your homework
Yeah,
on,
but-
on the net.
but kids, the thing is, you say 18, when they access internet on 18,
No, they will access internet in the house.
yeah.
Oh,
You know-
but are you going to?
Yeah, but
are you able to control
because
it?
let's go back. It's like education.
Okay.
It's like writing. When you first write your first letter, you make your first calculation. You everything. Like before, when I
Viewers, we are going to go on a very short break. The argument is getting
Heated.
intense. When we come back, we'll continue. Thank you. It's getting interesting.
You are the sweetest thing of all. Jesus, you always hear me when I call. Oh, Jesus, you lift me up each time I fall. You're the sweetest, sweetest thing I know. It's so sweet to trust. Just to say He was just to offer His promise, just to know God says the Lord. Jesus, what a wonder you are. You are so gentle, so pure, and so kind. You shine like the bright morning star. Jesus, how lovely you are. Lift up your hands and be shouting Jesus. Yes, we are getting it. We are getting it. Don't pull back. We are getting it. We are getting to that place. We are getting to that place. Yes, it's all about Jesus. A place of miracles. A place of signs and wonders. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Believe there'll be solution. Believe there'll be solution.
Welcome back, viewers. We are talking about at what age is it proper, good for parents to hand over phone to their children. You know, some of us are for, and some of us are against. So we want to, you are free to contribute, tell us, send us your question, your contribution on this topic, because this topic is what people can actually not answer directly. Like me and Mrs. Ejim, we are saying that a child should be 18 years old. And my friend Mitchell said no, that you have to communicate with your child. So why do you think it is not good to give a child phone, phone earlier before 18 years old? If you go on Facebook, you cannot join Facebook. You cannot open an email account until you are certain age, either 18 or 16.
No, I think 13.
13
You can
years
join
old.
Facebook when you're, I think, 13.
You see, Facebook want to corrupt our children. I know Facebook, you are not listening. You want to corrupt our kids. What can 13 years old? There is nothing you can't find on Facebook. Why would Facebook take 13 years old to internet? What will 13 years old be doing?
That is why we have parents. That is the responsibility of the parents to set guidelines.
They are only
You know, I am not, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you shouldn't give a phone to your child at all. I'm saying give them a basic phone for communication, just to call and to send messages. They don't need those applications. They don't need a sophisticated phone, you know, that whereby they can download apps. You don't know what these kids are doing online. That is a very dangerous place to leave your child, because how can you control what they do online?
So many children are missing today because some pedophile, some dangerous people invite them out of the house, and that is the end.
Yeah, I'm agree with my guest, but the thing is on school that when you show up with an old phone, other kids are laughing at you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the wonderful things in Africa is that all kids wear in Africa uniforms, all equal. But here in the Netherlands, then you don't have uniforms. And I saw kids have, you know, I have a simple phone and Samsung, it's just basic things. But kids have on 10 or 9, they have an iPhone, and not an iPhone 5, but an iPhone 10.
Is it advisable for
but the parents that
their kids to have these gadgets in their
gadget that the kids wearing the latest iPhone or latest Samsung or whatever? Why? I think why? And I'm agreed with my guest. Start with a simple Nokia. I don't know what. But the society, they laugh at you, and other kids, they laugh at you when you don't wear T-shirts from labels or wear.
Exactly. Other kids will always laugh. Whether
how can we help
T-shirt.
I don't know how to say it. How can we help the society? How can we help the kids to understand that they are not supposed
They cannot. Because at school, there always be, like I said before, in Africa, everybody wears school uniforms, and everybody is equal. But here in Holland, the parents, they bring you with the car. You have the latest T-shirt, you have the latest item, you have the latest phone. The kids are proud. Look,
You don't need the latest phone in order for people not to laugh at you. That is where parenting begins. You start teaching your children that you are not the phone you carry.
Tell the kids.
Yes, that is why we have parents.
That is why we have parents. Parents are supposed to
but
discipline
kids are kept laughing at school when they have an old that's the basic problem at the school.
I don't believe our kids have to have their way all the time.
No.
Anyway, viewers, we are going to go on a very short break. When we come back, we will continue with this topic because it's very important. Thank you.
Believe there'll be solution. Believe there'll be solution.
We are still looking for a solution. At what age are we supposed to handle vast phone to our kids? When is your children supposed to use phone or to be on social media? So, do you want us to do you prefer and say we are going to give them Nokia 3310? This is 3310, they call that phone.
3310, yeah.
3310,
They also
that phone
have
that
32.
looks like toy.
Yeah.
And Arrow 220 Samsung. I know about that one. That was my first phone.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, it was my first phone. In the year, is it 2000 or 2001 when phone came to Nigeria?
Yeah.
It was the year 2000. I bought that phone for like 36,000 naira. It was a lot of money. So, when are we supposed to give our children phone? Now, which kind of phone are we supposed to give to them? So, let's open the floor.
My personal opinion, give your child a phone as early as, I don't know, as soon as they start going to school independently, when you don't have to drop them, you don't have to pick them up any longer. When they are going on their bicycle, give them a phone because then they are on their own. They should be able to reach you in terms of an emergency. But when you give them a phone, hand them a basic phone, like I said before, whereby they can call you and they can send you text messages. They don't need a multifunctional phone whereby they can download applications. The reason for that basically is because of what goes on online. You're not able to control them as well as you would be able to do in the house because there is so much sexting. I don't know if you know about sexting going on with kids these days. They have sex online. They send explicit content to one another. So how do you control that? So that is why I suggest that you should give them, or they should be able to afford their own smartphone at the age of 18 upwards. That is my opinion.
Okay. What
I agree, but the thing is that the technology is going so fast. Like I say, my guest before, I started with a computer with no hard disk, with only green and black screen, and you have only can type basic thing on the computer. And with a floppy disk, I don't know if you know what a floppy disk is, and you have to, and the technology, what I say in the 80s till now is it went so fast, and I was a computer engineering too before, but today I cannot follow it anymore because my knowledge is old, and I can do still. Can do some basic thing on the computer, but the technology is going so fast, and I think
you can no longer use that type.
that knowledge what I studied before. The computer knowledge is still about zeros and one. Zeros and ones. That's the basic thing. But the thing is that now and in 10 years and 20 years, it's going so fast that what you knowing now is not available. Your kids are knowing more when you know what you're knowing now, and that's the problem. The problem is that kids are learning, and the computer science goes so fast that kids are learning faster than you know. And that's the bottom line.
That is why we are saying that we should not give our kids phone that will make them to.
The bottom line is that you have to learn kids what is good and what's bad, and where is the solid line is. The solid line from good and the solid line from bad.
So
you have to raise your children.
You don't need to let your kids. I don't know. I don't want to be on one side because our moderator said I'm supporting us. So what we are trying to say is, we are not supposed to expose our kids to the world. That is what we are agreeing on, right? Are we supposed to expose them to because when we give them that gadget, to me, we are exposing them to the world. We are throwing them to the market.
And if we are also worried that their friends or their colleagues at school would laugh at them or make jest of them because of the kind of old model devices that they are holding, I think
that actually happens.
Yeah, it can happen, but it should start with parents really raising their children with a sense of self-worth. That you are not what you carry, you are not what you wear. Believe in yourself. When someone else laughs at you, be satisfied with what you have. We don't all have to have the same kind of phone.
Well, I think it's not easy for kids to just be satisfied in their brain.
It's
like there is one Dolly Parton song. I don't want to sing on air because my voice can be very awful. Say back to the years I go wandering once again. Remember that song?
No.
Back to the seasons of my youth. Evangelist, they sing this one. Cut them out. So that they will say, the woman was trying to explain how her mama sewed a coat of many colors for her. And some of the kids were laughing at her. Then she didn't even know about that the clothes was not in vogue. But her mama told her some stories. So she was proud of what she wore. We should let our children also know that this is the best. You should be proud of it. This is lovely. You are different. You are special. Because if you don't tell them that, they will be having this low self-esteem.
I know it's easier said than done. If you're not satisfied with the Nokia phone I give you, go work and buy your own smartphone. I'll tell the child. It's so easy.
It's all right. Thank you very much, viewers. We are still going to go on another short break. And when we come back, we'll be wrapping up this session and we'll move to the quiz moment. Thank you.
Welcome to Majestic Home Care, your partner in royalty care. Majestic Home Care takes care of the old and sick, working with qualified and registered nurses to help people continue to live in their homes. We provide day activities such as games, shopping and sports for the elderly and lonely. Working closely with hospitals brings professionalism and integrity in our services. Majestic Home Care also provides private home care and cleaning services, coaching, and mentorship. Call us today.
Believe there'll be solution. Believe there'll be solution.
Welcome back, viewers. And our final question is: what are the positive effects of social media? We have been talking about the negative. People are making money there, which I know. And this thing we are doing right now is this media that is helping us to reach out to people. People are hearing us because we are connected to them. So, do you know some of the other positive effects of media?
Social media is positive. When I go back in my age, you have to write a letter, go to the mailbox to apply for a job. You post a letter, you have to wait weeks, and you get a letter back, and weeks go on, and now you can apply for a job easy. You can have contacts when you have family around the world to contact. It's called fast. So also have its good things,
Everything is happening there.
but there's, well, like I said before, is dangerous things, and like everything in life, like alcohol, like pornography, like child abuse, and a lot of things. There's the things good and bad, and that's
The positive aspect right now is what we are talking about, like what you have answered. It is good, it helps us, and I like that point.
there's good
That
things.
point you gave is very wonderful. Job. When you are seeking job right now, it's very easy with media. You just go on Google, you have a lot of sites.
And like jobs,
You have
it's
Monster
like
Bar, you have so many things.
especially here in Europe, it's fantastic that you can apply, and the next day you
And you get a
work.
reply, even instantly, you can get a job. That's a wonderful aspect of social media. So what other benefits and positive? aspects do you
Positive aspect. Social media helps us to disseminate information very, very quickly. It makes the world a global village. It makes us connect with each other very quickly. Like this guest said, wonderful guest, by the way.
Thank you.
Social media is a very powerful tool. You know the effect it has had, you know, in the past with movements, with political movements, and it's just a powerful tool, and it has really, really helped us connect with lost friends, you know, people that we've lost contact with. It has brought us together, and it's also a positive outlet for us to really express ourselves, to really share thoughts and ideas with like-minded people. So yeah, there are so many good things that we can get from social media. So it's here to stay.
Yes, thank you so much. And even me, I know that social media has helped a lot of people. Some people right now, it's media that is feeding them. If they depend on it to feed, they have a lot of contacts, so many things that I cannot explain. We all know how it's helping us. You that is watching me today, you know how media is helping you, and this information is also coming to you through social media. We didn't say you should just close your account, but we are talking about minimizing it, avoiding the danger part of it, and going for the good path. Thank you very much, viewers. Before we go, I want my guests to give you advice. In what way, what advice do you have for my viewers at home on how to use media, on the dangers, how to minimize it, and how to avoid the dangerous part of media? Do you have any advice?
It's very easy. I think before we start even using social media, we should try to find out the fundament of it. Why was it created in the first place? Because a lot of people now use it for negative purposes. Privacy issues is something we should be very, very concerned about. 10 years ago, we would be very worried to give our son name to anybody. But now online, we just give our date of birth. Our information is just right there. So even before you join a social networking site like Facebook, Instagram, you always have to give all your personal details online. So you don't know where that information is going to end up. When you post a picture, you can think, oh, I'm deleting this picture. But you're not really deleting it because there is always a copy archived.
Database.
Yes, online. So you remove it, but it's still, the footprint is still there. So we should really educate ourselves about the
Think before you
dangers.
post something,
Yes.
and think twice what you're doing. And like my guests say, you know, in the beginning, internet was innocent, but now you post something. And before you know, it's duplicated
Has gone by.
around the world
Yes.
so fast, and you what is on internet, it never goes from internet.
No.
And you think it's delete, like my guests say, but I'm sure I know
Remains on their
Yeah.
DB.
it is somewhere going around,
Circulating.
and it's going up, and like I say, when you apply for a job, even the company, they Google you, and they digging up and things from the past what you was thought, it was innocent, it's not innocent, it's popping up,
Yeah.
and that's the dangerous thing of
So, yeah.
beware what you're doing.
What I always tell people is whatever it is that you are not going to be proud of to say publicly, don't put it online, because you think, oh, I'm just putting it and only my friends are seeing it. But at the end of the day, it can be used against you. If you're not going to be proud for your prospective future employer to see it, do not post it online.
Thank you so much for coming on this show.
Thank
you
you.
for advising my viewers. Thank you for giving us some of the solution we have been waiting for on the dangers of social media. I believe that my viewers have learned something today. They now know what to avoid and what to post and how long to stay on media and what to do with their children. If you know your children is having an iPhone 7, 8, big phones now, you have been given an advice on what to do with them. Thank you so much again. Thank you for coming on this show. And now we are going to go on quiz moment. This is the moment where you can win our gift. And if you are going to give me an answer in less than 60 seconds of the question I'm going to ask you here. First, we'll go on break. When we come back, there we'll be going to our quiz moment. Don't go away. Thank you.
Believe there'll be solution. Solution. Believe there'll be solution.
the moment where you can win our gift in less than 60 seconds. If you can tell me where this statement is taken from and where and who made the statement. I am going to read out the statement right now. After reading, you will send me your answer on the email. Just send it, then I will send your gift to you. The question says, study this book of instructions continually. Meditate on it day and night, so you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. Who made this statement and where can it be found? Please be fast with it. In less than 60 seconds, send it to our inbox. I will send you your gift anywhere you are. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye. Until next week, when I will be coming your way again with another wonderful topic. I remain your host, Ajike Oyibo is my name. Bye-bye. Also, I have some things to show you, some materials which God has enabled me to put together. Most of the topics we've been discussing and the one we'll still discuss, they are inside these books. Like this one said, The Keys to Discover and Recover. It's very handy, it's a very powerful book. You really need it to discover that thing that you are carrying. Whatever that is driving you, whatever that is inside of you that needs to come out, you need to recover it. You need to discover it to be able to recover it. This book will help you. It says The Key to Discover and Recover. You can get it on our website, www.lifeguidefoundation.org. This book is there for you. And also this one said, The God That Remembers. Is there any God that remembers us? Who is that God? Is there God at all? Does He remember you? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling confused? Are you lonely? This book is for you. The God that remembers. When will He come for you? Everything is written in this book. You need to really know if there is a God. You have to get this book. Also on our website you can get it. And this one says powers to defend. Power is the ability to do work. Which kind of power are we talking about? Is it physical power, spiritual power? And also, how can we achieve this power? How can we acquire power? This book will tell you where power comes from and how we can get power. If you are fainting, you need this book. If you are confused, if you are frustrated, if you are already weak, if you are giving up, you need power to be able to go on. Power to defend. And also, this one is a big book. It said The Fruitfulness of the Barren. Is what is barren in your life, financially, maritally, academically, and in any other way, spiritually, physically, people can be barren. This book, The Fruitfulness of the Barren, is going to help you to be fruitful in every areas of life. There are lots of reasons why people are not fruitful. It's all written in this book. And what you can do to be fruitful is here, and also some prayer points. And this one says hatred in the house of God. Many people have quit the house of God. They stopped going there because they said there are a lot of hatred. Why is hatred there? How can we chase out hatred if we experience it? You can get this book, it will help you. And there are other books which is called Challenges, Evangelism Guide, Solutions to the Challenges of Life. It's concerning our talk show and many more. It's for children and adults. You can also get them on our website. The e-book is there. And this one say is our movie, our new movie. Well, new movie or old movie, I don't know, but it's a movie that we have produced. It's called Divine Restoration. You can watch it on YouTube, and you can also get the CD if you want it. If you want it, contact us on our website. I will send it to you. And there are also shops where you can get it in Nigeria. I will send them to you. If you want it, just let me know. And if you cannot buy it on our website, still let me know if this is what you want. And if you want the e-book also, you can also get the e-book on our website. Thank you very much. And there are not other books coming soon, which I will be introducing to you. And as you are reading them, I know you will be blessed. Every challenges in your life, there will be solutions to it. God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye. Till next week.